What are you doing to conserve water and use it more wisely? Give us your suggestions at listenuptv.com. Thousands of people die each day due to a lack of clean water. Our next guest had had enough and decided to do something about it. Once a teacher, he now leads drilling teams in underdeveloped nations and has become an advocate for clean water. Joining us now is Barry Hart from Water Ambassadors Canada. Barry, welcome to Listen Up TV.
Thank you, ma'am.
Listen, this is not typical that someone hears the bad news and then just says, I'm going to change the direction of my life and actually do something about it. What actually pushed you into action?
It wasn't intentional. My wife Heather and I were at a Christian conference, and one of the side sessions, my wife was giving a presentation on some of the work she does, and one of the speakers talked about water. So we were listening to this fellow talk, and it just went from here to here. And I said to my wife, we've got to do something about this, and I chatted with the fellow, and a year later we were in Guatemala drilling a well. I mean, it just happened.
What did you discover? What did you discover when you actually got out there trying to help provide clean water for people?
From a North American point of view, the first time you're in a poor village that you've seen on TV and that sort of thing, it's a little scary. The next day it becomes the familiar. By the third and fourth day, they're your friends and you're crying when you leave. You discover the blessings that you have up here in North America. You discover the things that they say on TV are true, the hardships that people go through. And you also see some good values that people still have in those societies that we've lost as we get so sort of high tech, that we've lost a certain relational thing with, you know, kids playing soccer on the street and this sort of stuff. But it was a mind-blowing experience. When we were in a layover at the Houston airport, anybody and everybody that we knew back home up here, we were phoning them and saying, you wouldn't believe what we've just seen and done. I mean, we were like, just couldn't scrape us off the roof.
You tell the story of someone who cried for 3 weeks after coming back. What was that about?
Jason Casey, big tough guy up in Halliburton where we live, heavy equipment operator, and Jason went on a drill trip and came back, and his wife told me, like Ashley said, Jason just sat in the kitchen and wept for a few hours when he saw all the blessings that we have here in Canada. And I was talking to Jason and Ashley later on about that. I said, Jason, I heard you had a hard time for a few hours when you got home. And Ashley said he actually was still weeping at times 3 weeks later. Just the things that seem so important that we squabble over and, you know, argue about. Like it just, after you've seen what some of the people in the world go through, it's pretty small potatoes up here.
Your faith motivates you to do this, Barry. Tell me about that.
Well, Jesus, I guess the foot washing is a really good one. I think Christians think that washing feet is some sort of a self-proclaimed martyrdom, that here I am washing your feet. Look at me, everybody. Oh, I'm not supposed to boast. Sorry, Lord, but I'm washing feet now, everybody. When Christ did that, he wasn't doing it that we would sort of be a self-proclaimed martyr. He said, if you wash feet, you will get blessings that you won't know about until you've done it. So we don't do this to sort of become a martyr. We do it because we're designed to serve. And if you serve by washing feet, or whatever charity is on your heart, God's put water on my heart. When you're actually out there serving, getting hot and sweaty and muddy and putting in all the hours and serving others and being able to bring a group of North American, like Canadians, to meet some folks in these underdeveloped countries, and they get to know each other and hug each other. I mean, it's just a wonderful, refreshing to my soul as a servant, as a water servant, and it just keeps going on and on and on. So it's marching orders from Jesus.
Okay, and you created a charity to handle these marching orders. Okay. So you've got Ambassadors Canada, where you link up with the facilities that are able to put people on the ground in different countries. You're taking 50 drill teams, just average Canadian retired school teacher saying there's more to life than playing a couple rounds of golf every week.
You've got it. You've got it. I mean, to do something as significant, short-term missions are for folks that if they can step out, do something significant, and then come back and actually see it firsthand.
Have you done any thinking about both the spiritual metaphors God uses around water and the fact that he's very physical about water as well? Creator, water.
Well, that's a heavy question, isn't it? I mean, we are made of water. Our planet is water. Water's, exists in 3 states very easily. We see it as solid, liquid, and gas. I used to teach science, so I can give you a whole lesson on the importance of water. It moderates temperature. So water is just inherent in life, in our world. And for Jesus talk about for us to give cups of water to people, and to the least of these. It's just water is life. The people, when they go off to Mars, what are they looking for? They're looking for water. So God created us as a water-based life form on a water-based planet. And then we need water, and we've got to share water, clean water, with others. So that's enough of a spiritual analogy for me. It's everything. Water's everything on our planet.
Barry Hart of Water Ambassadors Canada, thank you very much. And there's much more to come when Listen Up returns. I'll share my thoughts on the importance of water and its spiritual significance in The Wrap.